Alright, we're back. So, our goal is to report to Paul. There's an ATM here, so actually I'm just going to hack that first. The night's still young. Tons of time left. Sorry. Awesome. 262 credits.
What's the situation here? You're taking over. I've got to get my team ready to raid the warehouse. What about the EMP field? Still in place. Your primary objective will be to locate and disable its power source, probably an industrial-sized generator in a large building. I'll question some of the locals. I ordered the civilians to take cover a block south of here in the Free Clinic and at the Underworld Tavern, down on the corner. Maybe I'll start with the tavern. Why'd you have to clear the street? There's still a heavy NSF presence in the streets, and we're taking some fire. We could use your help if you get the chance. Maybe I'll do that. If you need any extra equipment, here's the key to my place at the Ton Hotel. Check the secret closet. Remember? The keypad's behind the painting. Just like the movies. Second floor, right? Yeah, and take a charger for the riot prod. We don't need another Anna Navarra shooting spree.
Indeed we
Whatever
don't.
you say. And JC, we'll be waiting for you to take down that EMP field.
Alright, so, the Ton Hotel, the clinic, the Underworld Tavern.
We're getting reports of a
Tons of
hostage
things to do.
situation in the Ton Hotel, which is at the southeast corner of the block. When you stayed with Paul, did you meet Mr. Renton and his daughter Sandra? We think at least one of them is still inside.
Hostage situation at the Ton. That sounds pretty serious. I'll investigate that after I check out this basketball court.
Something, man. Nothing. I checked his
Sign him up
pockets.
for the Knicks.
You don't live underground and not have one of Charlie's cards. Make him take off his shoes.
Alright, tase these NSF thugs.
Did you see that?
Yes,
It was uncalled for. You mug people, great, you need the dough. But you show some respect.
What were they after?
Especially when it's your ally. They came to us. They wanted an underground base.
So those guys were NSF?
Yeah, the NSF gives guns to anybody who wants to fight.
This is
A lot of
weird.
people just take the guns and do what they want.
So the terrorists are based in the subways? The sewers?
They need to move some kind of secret equipment. Our tunnels are like the
Is
crossroads.
this guy some kind of mole
Tell me how to
person?
find this base, and I bet I can get the NSF off your back.
Underworld. Just remember that word when you see Curly. He lets people in.
Underworld. Alright, I got it. Hold on, let's just discard this shitload of fuck first. Alright, time to shoot some hoops. Sign him up for the Knicks. Haha, okay. That's a ref.
Next manhole I see. Back off, man.
So this is a back way into Smuggler's base. I don't know if he goes hostile on you, but let's find out. Notice that we could bang down the door there. It took us several bangs, but with the combat strength, we took off 12% per head. Okay, that's not the back way into Smuggler's place. That just has... this is the place I mean. Alright, so we have found a little secret area here.
Watch it, JC. Our agents report that this area is booby-trapped. And the latest news? Your brother's team hit some resistance, so they're gonna be delayed a little while we bring in chopper support.
Well, good. That means I have a little time to, you know, mess around exploring a bit. So, another little instance of SSMA here. You can stack up crates. You can just use a jump AUG to jump over the beams. You can walk through them and kill the bot. Or, what we'll be doing is you can bypass it here. I should check and see if I have enough XP to get trained in electronics yet. Not yet. 5 experience points short. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. Ballistic armor. That might be helpful. prod charger, which will be.
What do you want?
Why the booby traps? Afraid of something?
Just precautions.
Against what?
Government's been having some kind of crackdown all year. People I know, they've been disappearing.
Is that so?
Think it's a big joke? Lift up a grate in the street. They got my friend Ford Schick in a secret lab next to the sewers.
I have to say, this sounds far-fetched.
Sewers? Maybe he was taken hostage by the NSF.
These guys are pros. Definitely government funded.
Interesting. Maybe I'll take a look. But I think you should have a little more regard for the United States government.
If you're serious about going down there and finding Ford, I'll give you a deal on some hardware. Also, you'll need this. It's the key that can open the sewer manholes.
Tell me about the hardware.
I have a scope that will fit most handguns and rifles for 2,200 credits.
Alright, that's way too expensive.
Too expensive.
If you come back, you can use the front door. The password's Bloodshot.
Well, thank you, smuggler. We'll be coming back to here several times during the game. We are going to rescue his friend Ford Schick, who is, in fact, being held in a secret lab in the sewers. But first, we are going to finish robbing his house a little bit. The Reluctant Dictators by Travis Crockett. Modern Terrorists Handbook, Firearm Safety Rules. And a keypad. Can I not break this down? Alright, well, maybe I'll crack the keypad. It's not 007? This is incredibly... Maybe it's 7... Alright, not gonna crack that like that. Oh, now I do have enough skills to get to trained. I really should remember the smuggler's password here, but I've forgotten it. Oh well, we'll just bypass it. Clip. Thermoptic camo lets you go invisible, though robots can still see you. Oh, note that I am keeping the stealth pistol. It is a useful way to break out windows from a distance without shooting off a loud-ass gun noise. Alright, so we'll head back up. I think we'll check out the Ton Hotel next. And then we'll see what's what. Open up his security door. Let's head around this way first. Little box of shotgun shells there, but I don't need them. Underworld Tavern, we might be there in a second.
What I'm telling you, girl.
You said I didn't have to. Make Janie do it.
Yeah, none of this stuff. That'll be enough of that.
Thanks.
Sucks to get backed into a corner.
I was trying to find the back way into Smugglers.
Right. The weapons dealer.
Hey, you shouldn't have took down Johnny. Soon as Jojo finds out.
Who's this Jojo?
You can't touch Jojo. He doesn't go out, and there's only 2 ways to the warehouse.
Warehouse?
You think you can sneak into Osgood's at the park, but in the first place, it's locked.
The park? Where UNATCO has the NSF pinned down?
And if you go underground, he's got laser tripwires, drone guns, military-type stuff.
Man, she is
plus
just
there are
not
guards
listening
on the
to me.
roof.
Tell you what, I'll handle Jojo. You stay out of the way until the NSF have pulled back.
I can take care of myself.
Alright, good to know. Good. And why do I keep getting sawed-offs and crowbars? That's really annoying. Yeah, we're not gonna need a clip mod. So here is the park next to the Free Clinic and Osgood and Sons, where indeed the NSF are pinned down. I could die here though, so I'm just gonna kind of lay low. Alright, batoned him down. Well, I really want to throw a gas grenade here, but the UNATCO guys might run into it. That's annoying. Alright, so we'll just stick with the baton.
I swear I heard something.
Alright, so, good work, everyone. Humongous, insane bloodbath, the NSF. Epic.
Denton. Hey, it's Denton.
You want these? What?
Give him the grenades.
Look, I know he's your brother, but...
Your brother gave us these things. Look at this. Irritation to all exposed mucous membranes. What's that gonna do?
Just tell Paul to give us bullets next time.
Here's one. Prolonged exposure can damage the bronchial pathways. Prolonged exposure? It's like giving them cigarettes or something.
Look, do you want these things?
Actually, of course, gas grenades are extremely powerful, and it's not until quite late in the game that you start running into enemies who can resist gas grenades. It's an area disable. You can walk up right behind them and chop them to death with a knife if you want after you've hit them with a grenade. Definitely the best kind of grenade. I absolutely want
hand
them.
him over. Here you go, with my compliments. Good luck.
But we're going to check this out too. Crap I don't need. Alright, so I heard about a hostage situation here. And I don't really care about that ATM. I don't even know if there's any money in it. I have a feeling there isn't. So there's a hostage situation. JC is going to move quietly and carefully so as not to alarm anyone. I spot an NSF there.
Take him out.
Missed, but got him there. Alright, so that wasn't awful.
You alright, Mr. Renton?
Fine, be careful though, they've got more hostages up on the second floor.
I'll check it out. By the way, I saw your daughter down the street. She didn't look so good.
Sandra? Was she coming back to the hotel?
I took care of a thug who was harassing her, but she's still mixed up in some pretty nasty business. You better talk to her.
No more talking. If you see her, tell her I don't care what she's been doing. She can come home. No questions, no speeches.
I'll tell her she can trust you.
Well, I hope you're right, Mr. Renton. I hope she can come home. The Man Who Was Thursday. Actually, really excellent book. I enjoyed it a lot. Heal myself up a bit, and then we will make our approach to the second floor, where there are 2 more terrorists with hostages. There's like a bunch of stuff in here, though, so grab that. Grab that. That's the second floor, but up here I think there is even another crate. Just a multi-tool, okay, I don't care that much about it. Alright, so we got 2 guys here with hostages. This sounds like a job for a gas grenade. Alright, good. The guy took a couple of shots but did not kill the hostage. Another excellent UNATCO operation.
Trying to catch my breath.
Thanks for taking care of those guys. You from the police?
UNATCO.
Yeah? Well, you might be interested. I heard them talking. They said something about it, how they had just put in a generator in a warehouse a few streets south of here.
Did you catch the name of the street?
No, but they were talking about their security setup.
Anything interesting?
It sounded like there was underground access. They're using the word righteous as some kind of password.
That's very helpful. Thanks.
The observant viewer will remember that righteous was also the password in the in Castle Clinton in that area. Alright, so this is not Paul's apartment. Oh, maybe this is Paul's apartment. Okay, so this is Paul's apartment. Open this up. 4321. code behind the painting. I don't think he has anything back here. But he does have some money under the bedside table, which is kind of weird, and it's a lot of money, but I'll take it. Wonder why there's money under Paul's bedside table. Alright, so... grab all this stuff. P. Denton, Chameleon. He wants me to use it, so I will use his login. P. Denton, Chameleon. From what looks like a girl, Cavort in spam, Jaime's emailing him, he's talking about somebody named Tracer, alright, well, all pretty boring stuff. I'm sure none of it is any deeper than it appears to be.
You saved my life.
Thought I was a goner.
Right, this is the other apartment in the town. I break down the door. Medkit and a biocell, not too shabby. I think I might need to top up. There was a baby in there, kind of
Just
scared
about
me.
saved my life.
I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
The hotel.
My brother Paul's.
Yeah! Paul's heading up the operation. The NSF will be out of Manhattan soon. That's right. Paul's UNATCO's top agent. Alright, so took care of the hostage situation in the town. There's Osgood and Sons. We'll be going there after we hit up the bar and the free clinic. So...
all clear.
Who cares? Free clinic time. Oh, that's right. We'll also be going down into the sewers before we go to Osgood and Sons. I forgot about that. Time for a sewer level!
The riot cops are running scared.
Welcome to Tenderloin Clinic. One of the...
Got a few credits?
You have...
Nah.
You live in a...
Actually, I like to stay up.
Where's that window?
It's a basement window in the park south of the hotel.
A basement
You must
window
pay
in the
the
park
doctors in
south
cash
of the hotel.
Hi, I'm in charge of law enforcement on this block. You doing alright?
Yeah. They told me to come in here. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine. Just making sure everyone's safe.
Hey, while you're at it, you ought to do something about the NSF. Perfectly good shelter.
You know what they're doing in this neighborhood?
Kicked us out of the old Osgood place. A bunch of us camping in the tunnels. Talk about rights, but when they want something, they take it.
Maybe I'll look into it. You take care of yourself.
It's a shame how hypocritical these so-called
If you think
secessionist
you have Grey
revolutionaries
Death,
are.
It's all ice cream and love.
Who will help the widow's son?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else.
That's a Masonic
The
catchphrase.
NSF are playing right into our hands. I don't hear much about it, but I know the signs. There's gonna be an announcement.
What is this
Plague
guy
tests are
gibbering
free.
on about? I don't care.
I want satisfaction.
Of course, what the guy is gibbering on about is that he is, or at least used to be, part of the Masons and thinks that they are involved in this conspiracy. But, as we will find out, it goes way deeper than that.
We've done all that we can. It's time for you to go.
This is supposed to be a freak. Wait your turn.
You should be more appreciative. By helping you, this gentleman risks his own health.
But he won't give me any medicine.
Trust me, when there's a cure, the city will underwrite the cost. The virus threatens everyone,
I don't believe you.
and I won't hesitate to prescribe the treatment for you.
You better not.
Alright, that situation was resolved with skill
Thank
and
you.
grace.
The ones with the plague can be so stubborn sometimes.
Don't mention it.
Let me express my gratitude.
I want the full program.
The code to the surgery bay is 2153. The medical bots will handle your case from now on.
I don't actually need healing, but it is nice to have the code to that bay so that I can use it to install new augmentation canisters. Speaking of which, I do believe I have a new augmentation canister. We're going to go into the bay and check that bad boy out. 2153. Don't let anyone ghost in behind me, of course. That'd be wrong. Health. I guess I have a little health. Alright, so the two choices here, and it goes in the torso, are Aqualung and Environmental Resistance. Now, those are both really bad. So we are going to go with neither of them and instead use both halves of a future torso augmentation canister. Goodbye.
Please proceed to the examining room.
Christ. You see the guy begging for a cure?
Those guys are actually quite interesting to listen to, but right now I want to go to the Underworld Tavern. Which is over here. We'll go in the back way. That's what I think about that. It's my right as an American to carry a gun wherever I please.
Joe Green, Midnight Sun, glad to know you. What can you tell me about what's going on out there?
Sorry, regulation. Like I said, I have nothing to say.
Too stylish for the next.
I really can't be bothered right now.
Boy, that guy is annoying.
I talked to your father. He asked me to invite you back home. No strings attached.
How sweet.
You could at least let your father know you're alright.
He knows where I am.
You mad at him or something?
No, but I don't want him running my life like he runs that cheap hotel.
He doesn't do such a bad job.
He never got nowhere because he never took chances. That ain't me. I'm gonna do things my way.
I think you should be more grateful for what he's done. Let's leave it at that.
Wow, that was really personal, but, I mean, so part of the backstory that was briefly mentioned there is that you do know Sandra and her dad. Like, you and Paul kind of live in the area, you are neighborhood boys, you'll know them, but it's really poorly explained there, and it kind of looks like JC is just barging way in on this girl's life.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Hey, you look like the vigilante type. What if I said I knew where you could load up on military hardware?
You mean that guy smuggler across the street?
Already know him, huh? Too bad. Hey, how about I tell you about something you can't hear from anybody else?
What's that?
Area 51. You heard of it, right?
Actually, I'd rather hear whether you know anything about the thug that goes by the name of Jojo.
I worked out there. Most people think they got aliens from another planet, but I didn't see any flying saucers. You want to hear about it? I'll tell you. For the price of a beer.
For the price of a beer, eh? What the heck? There is no beer lying around at this club. Am I really gonna have to buy one from the bartender? I mean, how pedestrian.
What can I get you?
You work here, you must know the...
Not exactly.
Where's that?
A few blocks south.
I'd like to...
Well, you may be out of luck. Even though one of the old warehouses faces onto the park, I don't know how you'd get inside.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Something to drink?
That's some heavy augmentation.
Yeah. Axionatco, what's it to you?
I'm in the business.
Well, I was in an early program, okay?
So, you'll note that, one old warehouse faces onto the park to the south. That's the Osgood Place, where there is a, well, there's tons of ways to get where, we want to go.
There you go.
Tons of ways to get where we want to go. We're going to choose the Osgood method because there's an augmentation canister there, but there's other options.
What do you have for me?
You can have...
That one's...
Okay, I did get you something. Good lord.
Taps out.
Beer, please.
There you go.
This time make it a cold one? Thanks.
What do you have for me?
You can have...
I appreciate it. Yep, I know for a fact it's not just for government research. I've seen all kinds of executives coming and going.
I'm sure plenty of bureaucrats fly out there.
Billionaires. Big executives. I think the whole place has been taken over by a private corporation.
Not likely.
Something's going on underground. I'm a pilot, which means I didn't get any access to the main complex. But a lot of rock comes out of there. It's some kind of mine. But what I don't understand is why they're always laying more fiber optic cables.
A pilot? What do you fly?
Copters. You know what I think? I think that's where the UN moved Echelon 4 back when they promised they were going to stop spying on people.
Surveillance is a very distributed technology. To centralize it in one large facility would be very unusual, even for the UN.
I bet they did it. They want to centralize everything. Every computer on the planet.
Well, that was an interesting conversation. A guy claims to be a helicopter pilot working out of Area 51, which has been taken over by a major corporate client, where they are centralizing the Echelon surveillance. Threat level orange. Battery park is closed. Sub-pen is complete. Industrialist Bob Page handled many of the contracts for the construction of the new sub-pens. Water advisories. Alright, so we will note that we got the accomplishment bonus there for coming in the front door of the club, or, you know, near the front door of the club. If we had just gone back out the back door, we wouldn't have gotten that 150 experience. Anyway, I believe I'm going to call it quits for this section and go into the sewers to rescue Smuggler's friend Ford Schick in the next segment. That should be coming up shortly. So thank you for watching.